Sack Life, beat depression, is day 702, and you know what we're about to do. Get back into another somatic healing session to wipe out depression. I want to thank you so much, everybody, for being here now. Anyone who's tuning in later. Today, I am coming at you sick. I'm a little sick today. I'm not sure what it is. I hope that it's just the common cold. I am going to get tested for COVID, make sure it's not that. But I just want to let you know I'm going to be moderating my intensity level down, probably take the pace of the class down, and just be respectful of my body and mind and where it's at right now, because I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But I do know how I got here. Before we get into that, as you guys know, we acknowledge the positive and the negative on the show. We like to focus on silver linings and look for positive things in life and reasons for us to keep going. So we use that tool, that gratitude tool, to help us train our minds to have a more positive mindset and find those silver linings. And today, my gratitude's going out to you guys and girls out there, everybody, for tuning in, for supporting the cause and supporting each other. And I want to shout out to the first ones in: Simon Amaze, DJ Sean Fitz, Watasha, thanks for being here, buddy. Good to see you out there. Who else is here? And Silky One, and the Piercing Rat, thank you for being here, everybody. And Mad with Hats, and XOJR. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys and girls so much for being here and being a part of my gratitude section. That's a whole lot of people in the gratitude section today. Already kind of put me in a better mood as I am coming to you a little bit under the weather. So go ahead and think about your piece of gratitude for today, and that'll help put you in that positive mindset as well as we move into today's lesson. The second mental health tool that we want to talk about is progress tracking. Shout out to Ukrainian bench posting. Thanks for being here as well. Progress tracking, super important to keep track of that daily goal that you are accomplishing, especially in the face of any mental health struggles that you may be dealing with. Because this number is not just the number of days that you've trained, but it's the number of days that you've overcome the debilitating effects of depression or anxiety. And we know if you have suffered out there from depression, clinical depression, you know that those things like depression and anxiety feed us lies. They love to put thoughts in our heads that say what we can't do, what we're not capable of doing, or even make us feel to the point where our body's too heavy to lift out of bed. It's too hard to get up and get going. But this number is proof that those are lies. This number is proof that you are stronger than those lies. And not only did you overcome the debilitation, but you got up and you fought forward. You put in work to improve your body and mind in the face of those things. So it's showing you how strong you can be. It's also showing you how much you've done and how much you can look forward to doing as a matter of fact, right? So when those lies are coming in, sometimes we need a physical anchor into this real world, and that number can be your physical anchor back to your strength and your power. So please do keep track of that number. It has a cumulative effect, never goes down. If you miss a day, we don't go back to zero. You don't have less proof of your endurance or strength. You have the same amount of proof of your endurance and strength. So that number can be especially powerful in your life. And ask anyone else who's been keeping track of it as well what it's been doing for them. Shout out to Lisa for sharing her number. It's been 402 days of consecutive progress and success for her out there. Congrats, Lisa, on an amazing amount of progress. And I hope that you continue to benefit from that cumulative effect that this number has been having. Shout out as well to Paulin, Molly, thank you for being here. Appreciate that support. So we talked about the gratitude tool. We talked about the progress tracking tool. I'm going to mention to you, we're going to get into today's lesson. And normally on a Monday it'd be a higher intensity lesson. But I am going to dial it down because I want to acknowledge my current situation, my current state of mind, my current state of body, my current condition. And this is really important for everybody, no matter whether you're sick or you're healthy. You've got to acknowledge what you can do. And that way you can set a realistic expectation, if we're going to have any expectations, a realistic expectation for the moment, right? It's not going to be based on what we did yesterday or what we can do tomorrow. It's going to be based on how we're feeling now, what environment we're in now. Are you in 100-degree weather? That's going to affect you. Did you get enough sleep last night? That's going to affect your output. So it would be unreasonable to set the same expectation, perhaps, that we've done when we were healthy while we're sick. And today I'm coming at you with something. I don't know what it is. I hope it's just the common cold. And so I am going to dial that intensity down for myself. I'll give you guys some technical breakdowns. That way we can keep moving together at a steady pace. But also the things that you can moderate out there is the intensity of your punches, the energy you put behind those punches, the volume of those strikes. So if I'm doing 1-2, you can do a 4-strike, 4-strike combo there. That's totally fine. It's totally up to you. You can change that volume of punches so that you can moderate to your level. You can also change the speed at which you throw those punches. So speed, intensity, and volume are all things you guys have control of, and you can moderate to tune into your specific level for the day. Our goal here is to give ourselves a challenge just for us. So we don't have to compete with each other. We don't have to go at the same rate that we're going. We can go at our own personal rate that challenges us to our current moment in time. And that way we can aim for the flow zone. That's the zone we're training in. When we talk about training for mental health, we're not training at super high intensity to overwork our bodies where we're going to need passive recovery days off. We train every day of the week, and the way we can do that is by training smart and training in the flow zone. Giving ourselves a challenge and not exceeding that challenge, not overreaching, and also not taking it too easy where we fall into boredom. We've got to find that sweet spot in between known as the flow zone. And if you guys Google that, check out flow state, you'll see that that flow state is a eustress. It's been defined as a eustress experience, which means stress cannot exist within the flow zone. Also, the mild to moderate symptoms of both depression and anxiety cannot exist in the flow zone. And you can fact check me on that stuff. So that's why we try to train in that zone each and every day, give ourselves that challenge, meet that challenge at our skill level. And as our skill level increases, we can increase that challenge. So, like I said, I'm going to be moderating down. We'll be working from modern balanced Muay Thai stance. Glad to share that knowledge. DJ Sean Fitz said he learned something new. Flow zone every day. That's what it's all about. And it doesn't have to be just in training. It's about giving yourself that challenge at your skill level and not exceeding it and not going too low where it's boring. It's finding that sweet spot. And you can do that in other things too. In other challenges, challenge yourself while you're doing other things, multitasking. And it'll be easier and easier to get in that flow zone. The more you practice it, the more you enter it. So, today we're going to be working from Muay Thai stance. We'll have the fundamentals in there. I really don't know exactly where I'm at because I haven't been sick in over 550 days. It's been pretty crazy. I didn't even know that was going to happen when I started training, but after day 158, I had not gotten sick with anything for the last 550 days, and that's bizarre for me to be sick now. But I'm acknowledging those. I'm acknowledging that I'm sick, and I'm going to moderate to that level. I'm also going to check in. I had to check in on myself and see why, after 550 days, why have I gotten sick now? And I know what it is. Well, I know why it happened for a number of reasons. Way too much sugar in my diet. My diet's changed dramatically since I've been back. Huge lack of sleep. Lack of sleep affects your immune system. Increased alcohol intake. I haven't been drinking like crazy, but I've been having a few beers. Alcohol does affect your immune system as well. So also not getting enough training in per day is not going to allow me to process all that stress, relieve all that stress that I need every day so that I can stay healthy and support my immune system. So there's a lot of things working against me. I'm going to work on correcting those things now that I've acknowledged them, and I don't want to get sick again. I'll use my body as a guide, constantly tuning into me. And the same thing I recommend for you. Tune into yourself, see how you're feeling, be aware. And then acknowledge the negatives. Acknowledge the things that maybe have changed the last couple of days. That way you can pinpoint how to get better. That being said, we're going to pop into the Muay Thai stance. And we're going to work with some fundamentals. We'll be moving around as well. When we move, we're going to move as fighters out here. So what that means is we're going to stay in our balanced, effective fighting stance the whole time. When we move forwards, we want to lead with that front foot, steps forward, rear foot follows. When we move backwards, rear foot steps first, front foot follows. Same thing with left and right. When we're going to the left, left foot starts, right foot follows, right foot starts, left foot follows. And we always keep that balance in between. Head nice and centered on that center line. That way we can execute those movements with ease and effectively. So, we're going to pop into Muay Thai stance. We'll drill some basics, we'll throw in some technicals, and I'm going to kind of feel it out because I don't know how hard I can push today. But just stick with me, and we're going to get through this. We're going to get in another day of progress and success no matter what. And that is my promise to you, that I will be here no matter what, in sickness and health, every day, number one, for myself, to take care of myself, but also to support your growth. That's why we're here publicly, to support your growth and to support each other. And speaking of that, social support is a huge thing as well if you're dealing with battling for better mental health. Having a good social support system can be critical and a huge benefit. So I want to acknowledge once again, you are all part of my gratitude section today for being part of that social support system we're building up for each other. Now, let's get into it. Let's pop into Muay Thai stance. We're going to get those tunes going to fuel our fighting spirit. And we're going to break this down. Let's go. Woo! Visualize that target. Remember, embody that depression dummy right in front of you. And we're going to step in for the basic jab and cross from Muay Thai stance. Stepping in, twisting through the body, through the hips and shoulders. Drop that fist forward. Turning the fist over and tucking the finger. Tucking the thumb under those top two fingers. Squeeze at the point of impact. And rotate back to stance. Keep it moving. Keep that body weight flowing back and forth. You can roll the fist to carry that rhythm. And step in for a 1-2. Jab cross. Right down the pipe, straight down that center line. Chin tucked into the shoulders. Hit that depression dummy in the face. Visualize it. Visualize that target and visualize knocking those lies right out of his face as you fight for you. Let's go. Exhale through those strikes and twist through the body. Boom. Rotating on the ball of the front foot for the front strike. Rotate on the ball of the rear foot for the rear strike. And twist back to center after each combo. Keep it going. Let's go. You can work on horizontal movement as well. Pop, pop. 1-2. To the right. Pop, pop. And back to the left. Pop, pop. And back. Square up after each combo. And keep it moving forwards and backwards. Get into range. Pop, pop, pop. And toss some combos. 1, 2, 3. You can exhale on those strikes through the mouth. That'll help engage the core. Add some more power to those punches. And increase the speed and whip in that punch. Let's go. Step in and drill them. 1, 2, 3. Right down that center line. Turn those fists over. If I lose my voice, follow along visually. We're gonna do this. Nothing's stopping us out here. Let's go. Let's work forwards. Right on target. Turn those fists over. Landing on the large 2 knuckles. Visualize hitting that nose or that chin. Get accurate with it. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Back to stance. 1, 2, 3. Back to stance. Guard high. We're going to start talking about the measuring jab. Throw that measuring jab out there without twisting through the shoulders and hips. You're just looking for your distance. That's your distance finder. Right? As you step in, you get closer. You toss that quick jab right from the arm. Bop, bop, bop. Just finding that distance. When you're within range for the jab, everything else will make a decent connect. That's your baseline there. So as soon as we're within range, we're going to go ahead and rotate through the shoulders. Right? We're in range with the toss on the arm. Rotate through the shoulders. Pop, pop, pop. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. Toss that measuring jab out there as you move around. Find that distance. Once you're in range, you can touch, roll through, roll through, roll through. All through those shoulders. Twist through. Keep the chin tucked for defense. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Square up and keep it moving. Left and right. Let's go. Fight for you. Here we go. Keep moving. Drive them down that center line. And that's the end of round 1. Catch your breath. Drink some water and check in on you. I want to shout out to Barty Boy London. Thank you for joining. And Slayer Ken, thank you for being here as well. Slayer Ken shared his days. 310 days of progress, consecutive progress and success. Good stuff, brother. And I'm sure it wasn't easy for you every day. I'm sure you had down days as well, but you got up and you fought through. And thank you. I want to thank you for sharing that progress to help inspire others to do the same. Man, I'm feeling this. I don't know, I'm not sure what it is. I hope it's not COVID. I think it's just a cold. It's probably just a cold. But it's definitely affected my performance, my breathing, my energy level, and the amount of effort it takes. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop. It means I'm going to find a way to adapt and continue to move forwards. And that's what I want you guys to do as well. No matter what your circumstances are, find a way forwards. It's always possible to make progress. We just got to make it on our own level, not on anybody else's terms. Let's get back to stance. Square up, guard nice and high, tuck that chin. We've got that measuring jab in there. You can mix it up whenever you'd like. Keep it moving. We're going to step in for the 1-2, and then we're going to add in some level changes. So I want you to go high-low. You can go high-low with either combo that you'd like, with any combo that you'd like. Just step in and hit them with a 1-2 high-low combo. You can start with the cross, sink for a jab, boom, sink on those knees, twist through, and head back. Pop back into stance. Keep it moving. High-low. Let's go. And back to stance. You can start with the jab high, bop, in the face, and twist through as you sink on the knees and toss that cross into that center mass. Back to stance. Throw that measuring jab out there. Line up your shots. Once you're in range, twist through. High-low combo. And back to stance. High-low combo. One more time. Measure, measure. And back to stance. Now make it a 3-point hit. 3 strikes. High-low, high. Change that level up. Mix it up on them. Keep those feet moving. Keep yourself balanced. Toss that lead hand to measure. Once you're in range, high, low, high. And back to stance. Square up, chin tucked. Guard high. Measure. Measure as you move. You can move diagonally. Just make sure you're staying balanced in your stance. Measure, measure, measure. High, low, high. Roll through those shoulders. Twist through that body for more power in those strikes. High, low, high. Back to stance. Guard high. Guard tight. High, low, high. Let's go. And back up. We're going to start pivoting now on that front foot to get ourselves out of the way of an incoming attack. So we're going to switch it up. Visualize that opponent coming towards you. We're going to step off that line, off our balanced line. We're still balanced. We're still centered. We're just widening out that foot. Put the weight on the ball of front foot, and then we're going to pivot on that front foot out of the way, 90 degrees, and pivot back. Gets us out of the way of danger. Let's visualize that opponent. Hit him with a high-low, high combo. Bop, bop, bop. Back to stance. Now he's coming in. Step off the line and pivot. Boom. Out of the way. See, opening up that space for him to pass through. And now we're going to turn that into a counter. Step in for the 1-2-3. Back to stance. He's coming in hot. We're going to step off the line. And as we pivot this time, we're going to throw a hook at the same time. So we're going to use the rotation of that body. As we pivot off the line, we're going to just toss that fist up into the body cast, right? Remember that body cast? Lock the elbow at 90, wrist straight. And we're going to use that body rotation. Off the line, boom, to add a hook, a nice counter hook right into the side of the head. Make them pay. Back to stance, high-low, high combo. Back to stance, step off the line, and pivot into a hook. Boom, nice counter hook there. And that's the end of round 2. Catch your breath. Drink some water. Adapt and go easier, definitely, dude. Yeah, I'm trying to moderate out here and tune into me and not get carried away. Woo! And I hope that you guys are tuning into you and pushing to your level as well. Remember, you can increase the speed, volume, and pace of those punches. Increase the speed, volume, and pace of that counter hook as well. Woo! Make sure you're drinking water. And we're going to get this done. One more round. In this final round, we'll talk about pivoting and following up with that high-low combo, right? We talked about the high-low high. We talked about off the line and pivot into the hook. Now we're going to rotate through for a cross, follow up for another jab, visualizing that opponent, keeping him down, hitting him where he hurts, where he's vulnerable. Keep that chin tucked, get into your Muay Thai stance. We got 2 seconds. We're going to step in, keep that measuring jab going. Keep yourself moving around. Stay nice and fluid, nice and adaptable out there. Right, measuring jab comes just from the arm until you find that range. Once you find it, high, low, high. Boom, boom, boom. Back to stance. And he's coming in off the line. We're going to pivot into the hook. Boom, there's the hook. Roll through for a cross to follow up. Right to the side of the head. Back to stance. Boom, back on track. And step in for the 1-2-3. Square up. Step off the line. We're going to pivot on that front foot, boom, into the counter hook, and roll through for a cross, visualizing that knockout cross on your opponent. Remember, when you twist through for the cross, rotate on the ball of that back foot, twist through the body just like we do in our standing position. And back on track, back on line. Measuring jab to find your distance as you move around, 1 foot at a time, right? Toss that jab out there, find that distance, hit him with the 1-2-3 combo. It can be all high. Back to stance. He's coming in. We're going to step off the line to get out of the way of that punch. And we're going to twist through. Boom. Throwing that hook at the same time. Use that rotation. Make a difference. And then twist through for that final impact. And back to stance. Back on track. Visualize those railroad tracks under your feet and your opponent's feet. Visualize that depression dummy getting close and knock those lies out of his face. 1, 2, 3 combo. You can throw more punches there if you want. 2-hit combo, 3-hit combo, 4-hit combo. Put punch at your level, at your rate. And back to stance. Square up after each combo. And he's coming in. We're going to step off the line. Rotate into the hook. Boom, there it is. Follow through with a cross. And then pop back on track. Square up. Let's go. Visualize. Find your range. Find your target. And hit him with a combo. Back to stance. He's coming in. We're going to step off the line. Pivot into that hook. Rotate through for the cross. And back to stance. Stay on those tracks. And keep it moving. Step in close. Find your range. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever you'd like. Back to stance. And he's coming in. Step off the line. Pivot. Boom. Into that hook. Rotate through for the cross. And then back on track. Square up. Keep it moving. Keep going. High, low, high this time. Back to square. High, low, high. Back to square. Guard high. Keep it moving. Vary that combo up. All high this time. Back to square. Right down the pipe. Center line. Keep the chin tucked. Into the shoulders for more defense. Now he's coming in. We're going to step off the line and twist through for the counter hook. Rotate through for the cross. And back on track. Back to stance. Keep it going. Measure. 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 Hit him with a combo. Back to stance. Step off the line. Pivot into the counter hook. Rotate for the cross. And back to stance. And that's the end of all 3 rounds of progress and success. Shout out to Marvelous Meg. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you out there. Woo, that's the end of all 3 rounds of progress and success for today. I hope that you pushed to your level. I definitely pushed to mine out here, and I hope you gave yourself a challenge. If you didn't get in the high intensity training that you were looking for today, please do give yourself a bonus round. Please do remember to challenge yourself to your skill level, wherever that may be. We want to get, where our goal here is to get a couple of minutes of high intensity training every day. When I was doing research to put this class together and create a program that would be beneficial for myself and others, I looked into HIIT training. That's that high intensity interval training. Gets your heart rate up into that high intensity zone. And the studies show that the optimum amount of high intensity training is 30 to 40 minutes per week. So not per day, but per week in your weekly routine. So that's why we do a 10-minute exercise routine out here, 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. And we aim for that. We aim to get that high intensity in there. It should average out to somewhere between 30 and 50 minutes for the week if we do it right. So please do make sure that you did get that high intensity training in there just a little bit, at least get that heart rate up into the high intensity zone. If you've got a Bob bag at home or a heavy bag at home, that's a great way to train, great way to give yourself a bonus challenge. But even if you don't, you can still shadow box anywhere you are, with or without equipment. So please do continue to challenge you for you. Continue to grow through what you go through, and I will be here every day to support that growth. Until next time, I will catch you same sack time, same sack channel, same sack life. Sackman out. Whew.